Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Okay, this is your column height adjustment. You lift the lower paddle, it goes in micro adjustments. So you got your patient, it's close, you just need to raise it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a 6'8" guy that's coming in here, you close the two paddles together and it goes a lot faster.
Oh, cool.
Same going down, micro, macro. You've got a T key here. This will put it in test mode. So if you got a wheelchair bound patient or some guy with big shoulders or something like that, and you're not sure that the rotational device is going to go all the way around, you can put it in test mode.
Okay.
It will rotate, but it will not radiate.
Okay.
So you can make sure it's going to clear shoulders, stuff like that.
Okay.
If an assistant says, hey, I took an image, it went around his head, but I got nothing on the screen, make sure this T key didn't accidentally get pressed.
Okay.
Once a patient is selected, we can't do it now, but once a patient's selected, this will be your patient positioning layer lights.
Okay.
So you'll have your mid-sagittal, your Frankfurt plane, you'll have the canine for panoramics. This will turn that on and off because if you're trying to get your patient aligned, it does time out after a couple minutes and turns off. They can just hit that and turn it back on again.
Okay.
The lasers are not adjustable. I know some panos, like you move the lasers to adjust to the patient. This, you adjust the patient's head to the lasers.
Okay.
Makes sense. This is the home key. It's this little semicircle with an arrow on it. It's blinking right now because it wants to be pressed. This will return this unit to the starting home position. Okay. Make sure a patient's not in there because it is going to rotate, and obviously you don't want a patient in there and freaking them out.
Yep.
Here's your positioning lights now that did come on.
Yep.
So you got your mid, you got your Frankfurt. As an operator, this mirror will open so that the assistant doesn't have to do this to see if they're lined up. Mm-hmm. They can look in the mirror, they're going to get a reflection of the patient's face and see those laser lights perfectly. Okay. It will not operate, it will not go to the ready state if this mirror is open. So you'll have to close it. And the software will tell you, hey dummy, close the mirror. Okay. The headrest assembly.
That's way better than
they modified it. It's a lot better than the original style. Simply, the patient walks in. You've got the temple supports. You'll dial them in just till it's a nice snug fit, and they're locked in.
So these are temples right here.
Yeah, that's your temples. This will go behind your head. Yeah.
Okay. And so I don't have to buy anything on anything. That's
yeah,
nice.
And then it locks.
So nice.
Oh, and you got the forehead adjustment too. As needed. So if they're off the canine, if they need to go back further, that'll push them back.
Okay. And if I have somebody with a rubber dam on, little piece of metal in their mouth, they don't need to take any of that off. Maybe the frame.
The frame, yeah, because you're gonna get reflections. Yeah. Otherwise, earrings out, necklaces off, that kind of stuff. Okay. Do you use a vest? Did you use a vest?
Not for the panel.
Okay, that's
not needed.
It's not needed.
Okay.
Not in today's time. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you do have one that has a collar on it, it will reflect and take out the focal trough, and you don't want that. So
okay.
And this just
yeah, that's an adjustment. There's gonna be. Let me put these in here.
Would they rest their chin on here as well?
Nah,
no, just
that's what I'm getting right now.
So want to have it high enough so that they don't.
Yeah, so that's your chin rest assembly. This is magnetic. Okay. Bite sticks are autoclavable. There's a box full of them that comes with it as well. Sometimes the software, and I'll show you where to look. The key is always look in the lower left of the capture screen. It'll tell you what it's looking for, like press home. Or it might tell you to flip over or put the chin rest in the upper chin position. Mm-hmm. That just simply means flip it over. You'll get that if you're taking like a TMJ shot. It'll tell you to flip this guy over. Like that.
I see.
And then this will turn green, it'll go ready. I had an office call and said, yeah, we can't use our machine. It won't let us take an x-ray. And so I remoted in. I said, did you flip the chin rest over? And they're like, no, we didn't know it did that. So we didn't teach them that apparently. There are some, I'll pull it out. There's a little box of barrier covers. And then if you want, there's also a little sticky that would go on a chin rest if you want to do that. I always thought, well, why would you really need to do that? Well, there was installed one yesterday. Lady was heavy makeup. When she walked out, there was foundation all over the chin rest. So that did come in handy.
These are all the same, not different.
These are all the same.
sizes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then these are the little barriers that go over the bite stick. And of course, the bite stick's got that little groove in the front.
Yep.
So they'll just bite on that. Patient will walk in, they will grab the handlebars. And I'm a technician, not a clinician, so my patient positioning, go by what the trainers say.
Yep.
But typically they're going to tell you with a panoramic, you want that slight tilt, that head tilt. So have them walk their feet up a little bit. With 3D, it's just standing straight up and down. Over in your software. So I will close this application.
The head tilt for the panel, you're saying slightly up or slightly down?
So you want the patient to have a slight smile. Not straight across, not a frown. So it's about a 50 or 10 to 12 degree head tilt.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Cool.
So you're in scheduling your, that integrated images button I told you about. We're gonna bring open. I'm gonna do a different patient though. I'm gonna bring our test patient back in here. So you got your patient selected in EagleSoft. You're going to hit the integrated images. That's going to bring open the DTX Studio Clinic. Bring us to our test patient. We need to capture. We're going to capture the only imaging device connected to this computer is that unit, so that is obvious.
Yep.
Now, this will come up and it's going to bring open the graphical user interface, the GUI, which is this guy. We can either go pan or we could do a full 3D mode. I'll go over the controls for a pano first.
Yep.
Very simple. Obviously, the jaw size. This is for your bite wings. It will do bite wings, so that's great if you got a patient that has a real bad gag reflex with those sensors, which you probably do.
Or a kid.
You can do a TNJ or a bite wing here.
Yep.
Probably not the same quality as a sensor, but hey, if it's all you got to work with, yeah. And you can also do a TMJ.
Okay.
Set the chin rest to upper jaw position. Remember I was telling you about that? So it's wanting that chin rest flipped, and then it's also wanting the home button pressed. But we're gonna do a regular pano here. You have the patient size selector. This is a standard adult, pediatric, and then like a big guy like me.
What's the difference between that and that?
So you could have a big guy, but he's got a very small mouth. Poor guy. But that would be that combination.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're just trying to match.
So that's jaw size. This is patient size.
So this is for bone density. So
I see.
if you notice, like if you look at that KV and MA, if I bump it up, see how it bumps up that KV and MA.
I see.
So it penetrates more bone for a bigger bone guy.
Okay.
And we're gonna go standard. Most of it's gonna be just standard. Right now it's telling you to press the button in the home. It's gonna go around. This is gonna turn green. There's going to be, if I go ahead and if you want to hit that home button, Doc, the one that's blinking at you. Okay. It's going to make an adjustment. So see how the light turned green up there for the operator so they can see that.
Yep.
There's also down here, it says it's ready for your pano. It's in the green mode. Okay.
Cool.
Take the pano. When you hold the exposure button, the cabling that Charlie just put up there. In fact, I'll just zap my wallet that's already glowing from all the time that spins out.
Okay.
So 6 feet away at least, but you want to make sure the operator keeps their eyes on the patient.
Yep.
In case hair starts to get caught, something like that. If you release this button, then it will stop instantly. And while we're talking about that real fast, on the side of the machine, you see the red emergency stop button.
Yep.
Point that out to your patient. Say, hey, if something's getting caught, you don't feel right, you're uncomfortable, all you gotta do is reach up and press that guy and it will shut the machine down instantly. So here we're gonna observe our patient, we're gonna press and hold the button. It's gonna take a second, it's gonna make a little shimmy, then it's gonna start its rotation, and you're gonna hear an audible alarm, or an audible sound, I should say. this one. Continue to hold until the very end. There's going to be a chime, a wah 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 type sound. That's when you can release the button. Release. And this is where you can release the headrest, back your patient out of the assembly. Come over to your software and say, what beautiful teeth you have here, patient.
Okay, there we go. All right.
You'll see you've got a nice, beautiful image. You'll just simply okay that. You can close this graphical user interface. You will finish. And then it's captured right there into DTX. Okay. Now, if we were to do a 3D shot.
Okay, I'm gonna